What is going on, everybody? It's Jay, aka It's NAOBITO story here, back with another Phantom Parade sweep video, and obviously the NAOBITO agenda. I would say it continues, but this is kind of like, I guess you could say, the end point for it, since we already did 81, we've done 85 multiple times across the channel, and recently on the channel we've done 89 with NAOBITO as main DPS. So as it currently stands, with this video, every single piece of hard content we could do in the game for Blue Taijutsu and Blue Jujutsu, being the hardest content being 81, 85, 89, and Sweep, has been complete using this character as main DPS. And all in all, I'm pretty happy with the entire little NAOBITO arc we've had on the channel. I still have a lot of fun with this unit, no matter what the circumstance is. This doesn't mean this will be the end of NAOBITO on the channel, because if there's any like limited tower stages where I can reasonably use him, I will, because I just find the unit fun. It isn't just an agenda just to be like, okay, you can use unit because he's mixed unit agenda. Mixed unit agenda is cool, but I also just think NAOBITO as a unit is just awesome. On top of the fact as well that this sweep clear also wasn't really hard at all. I do like, I guess you could say, the intro phase that NAOBITO has while doing the sweep clear variation, because a big issue you would have, I guess you could say, with the, in quotation marks, weaker variants of the Blue Jujutsu or Blue Taijutsu cast when you're doing sweep, is that if you're there on the 4th turn during phase 1, the boss does the CE drain and alt drain move, and no matter who it hits, unless it's like obviously maybe Ghetto, who could, you know, sacrifice that CE. If it hits Yaga, it sucks. If it hits Inumaki, it sucks. Depending on your main DPS, if they get hit, it also sucks. But with NAOBITO, he's able to bypass that, because on turn 4, if you're not getting the break, it's a problem. But then again, my NAOBITO has all level 9 skills and his maxed out SP. So it kind of made things a little bit easier. Similar to the Nanami video, I originally tried to approach this with the like blue SP Yuji strat in mind, which didn't really work out how I wanted to, so I decided to kind of switch things around, and instead of going like the alt dump method and then waiting for like the very end where Inumaki have ultimate on the very last turn, we kind of just, I guess, alternated that. So instead of doing like full-fledged alt dumps during this phase right here, which you guys are seeing on screen right now, I did the ultimate with Inumaki and NAOBITO first, and then cycled back with Yaga and Ghetto. So all in all, it was a pretty easy thing to do. Like, the only, I guess you could say, RNG part is hitting crits with NAOBITO, because that also did matter a lot in terms of the damage we got. I also feel like some of the damage we got during the end phase was like sabotaged pretty hard by the boss, because Inumaki got hit with that little debuff the boss has before we were able to hit ult. So we had like a weaker Inumaki, y'all, because I've definitely had my Inumaki hit around like the 20 mil margin, and the max he hit was around 18 mil plus. And he ended up getting outshined by Ghetto in terms of like the total damage department being delivered. But here, it's not that bad. It really isn't. The best part about this run in specific is just the break damage. I love the break damage. It works out really greatly, because if you're able to avoid the CE drain move from this boss, again, as I referred to in my previous Blue Nanami showcase video, for sweep, if that boss hits that CE drain move once, it can do it twice in a row. I never want to see that ever again. And with NAOBITO on the team, I never had to see it at all in the first place. So that was the biggest benefit from doing this clear in the first place. All in all, just like every other video I kind of make nowadays, I wasn't really talking a whole ton during this clear, which is why, again, I'm doing a lot of post-commentary talking. And I'll just leave the gameplay to speak for itself during these last turns, and I also do kind of like a big little explanation right at the end. So I will not waste any more of your time. Post-commentary story is now out. Let's try this. We're switching things up for this run. I mean, ain't really do much. Ain't really do much of a big difference in comparison to what I was originally doing, but hey, we're here, I guess. Oh, let me guess a game. You're gonna do this thing to me where it looks like I'm gonna clear and I'm not, isn't it? Oh wait, no, I am actually gonna clear this time. I'll take that. I really thought we were not gonna get the clear this time, but hey. Because I had a similar run. I'll probably send it to the Discord. But I had a run where like the boss was like 400,000 HP off or something like that, and literally just didn't get the clear. And the only difference in this run was that I ulted like a turn later with NAOBITO and Inumaki, and I guess that's what made the difference. All in all though, I feel like I'll do a lot of post commentary on this video, but it's basically just, I feel like when you're doing these clears for blue, especially for units that aren't like stereotypical steamroll through it, like no diff with your eyes closed, everything matters on how you do phase 2 for the most part. I feel like phase 2 decides a lot of the run. The speed at which you do phase 1 also matters. I feel like NAOBITO does get a huge benefit from his immense break damage, that he can just skip the CE drain portion of like the first 4 turns. So when you get to turn 4 and you finish that turn and the boss hits you with the alt gauge and CE drain, because NAOBITO has a pretty wicked amount of break damage, he skips that entirely. So you don't have to deal with those humongous issues, right? And I also still have Ghetto's co-op SP node as similar to the Nanami video. So he's also hitting pretty hard. I mean, he hit harder than Inumaki during this run. So believe in the Ghetto ult. I know a lot of y'all don't believe in the Ghetto ult, but y'all gotta start believing, okay? Be believers, right? NAOBITO's wreck bit for his own benefit. Yuta's wreck bit for Inumaki because damage. I used this wreck bit instead of non-standard just to get like the passive benefits, which was like the crit rate and the alt gauge boost. And then obviously, I mean, this is for CE and alt gauge buildup. But all in all, not as I would say as time consuming to get as Nanami. However, this marks the end for NAOBITO, as I cleared all of the hardest content in the game using this character. So thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord server. It's in the channel bio. Thank you for watching. Thank you for over 2,000 subscribers. But most importantly, it's been Jay, aka it's Projection Sorcery Story, and I will see you guys later.